Hi guys, I've got a quick video for you on the Dark Vengeance Tactical Squad Dark Angels that you get. I'm just going to do a quick video on really how to get a fairly decent basic tabletop standard. There's a lot of tutorials out there on how to get these models looking absolutely fantastic. I find that they're quite difficult to follow just because they are quite advanced techniques on the whole. And what you'll find is you'll probably get quite frustrated with trying to follow them if you're a basic painter, which is what I am really, a basic painter. And I found when I started it's quite difficult because they are very good painters out there, and it's great to see the models and it's a great inspiration to watch these fantastic tutorials. But what quite a lot of the time you want is just a way to get your models looking decent so you can get them on the board, get them looking respectable so you can move on and keep getting better. It's quite difficult otherwise. So what I've done is I've put together these and I've painted them, and I'm going to go through what I do, and hopefully that gives you an idea of how to get them to a fairly decent, nice tabletop standard without too much difficulty. So what I do is I start off with the Army Painter Dark Angel Green. It's a fantastic start because it will pretty much give you the colour that you need. Get them sprayed down in that, and that will almost give you the colour. After you've done that, then what I'd say is then go to the nub oil and then give them a nice thick layer that will go in all the contours, all the nooks and crannies, and give you kind of a layered effect straight away. So that's the good sort of first step. After that, what you're going on to doing is going on to a nice easy dry brush over the models, and these are the two that I use, starting off with a War Flesh and then going to a War Boss Green. So with the War Flesh, give them quite a sort of thick, heavy dry brush almost, because the colour's quite close. So you give them a nice sort of thick coat in that, dry brushing obviously, sorry, and that will sort of hit all the raised areas and straight away give it a little bit of level, going from the nub oil and the crooks and crannies to a sort of raised colour in that. And then afterwards going on to the War Boss Green and a lot drier brush on that, and that will then really hit the really raised areas where the light hits, and will give you a nice finished look to the armour. And that's basically how I do all my armour on these guys. I just think it gives quite a nice effect. You don't need to go and do anything else on them really to get them looking decent. It's just unnecessary. I mean, obviously, excuse me, if you look at most of the tutorials, it's all about doing the fine line edge highlighting, which is great if you can do it, and it's great if you're an expert painter, very steady hand. But you'll find that you can almost get that effect with dry brushing, and it's so much easier, and it just look neater if you're not at that standard. So don't spend so much time doing line highlighting, fine line highlighting, which just it's very difficult technique. You can get away with it, but it's difficult. So after that, then all you need to do is really go on to the little bits of detail, and you can go as much or as little as you want. These are pretty basic detailed, but there's still some layers in there which make them look nice. So what I do is start off with your silver iron breaker, get it on all the weapon areas, and then after you've done those silver bits on there, then go back to your nub oil, give them a dirty layer of that, which will then make them look kind of real and worn and what have you. And then after that, I go on to the reds, onto the guns and swords, and the shoulder pads. Just being nice and steady on the paint, and you just get that on there, and that looks decent. After that, just to do the crests and sort of your cream areas, start off with the brown, give them a paint over in that, and then highlight them in a Ashanti brown, Ashanti bone, and then going up to just a very thin highlight in the in the white, almost just a dry brush. You don't need to do it in fact, but it will just really bring out the very, very highlighted areas. And then very importantly is the bases. You can do the base style however you want, but if you stick by this kind of recipe, you'll find you'll get quite an easy, nice finish, and it's so important because it will make a half decent model actually look quite nice and finished. So I've gone for this texture paint for these ones, and then after you've done that, then again go back to your nub oil, give them a nice layer of that. That will fall off the flat areas and give you layering, which is nice. I wouldn't even need to dry brush or highlight the raised areas on those, because you'll just find that the natural effect of it is good enough. I think it actually gives them a nice little effect. And then I've just done some sort of tufts of grass on some of the models, just to sort of give them a little bit of point of difference, which is nice. And that's pretty much it, guys. You can see I've done almost the same in the chapter master. A bit of detail on the sword, just a bit of blending on there to get sort of a power sword effect. But it's pretty much the same style again. And I hope you like them, and they've given you a little bit of insight on how to actually get a fairly nice basic tabletop standard, quick and easily achievable. So I'm going to try and do some more videos of these, because I just think that there aren't enough people out there that are just trying to get some basic standard. There's some great painters out there, and I wish that I was at that level. But actually, I think what we all want to do is get our miniatures looking decent, so they actually look great on the table. And if that's the case, then hopefully I can help you with those. And we'll see how we get on. But thanks very much for watching. Please like if you do like it. Please comment if there's any questions or anything you'd like me to cover further, things you'd like me to cover in the future. And subscribe if you'd like to. But thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.